Hi guys, my name is Umi and welcome back to the channel. Now in today's video I'm going to be talking about the things you have to do once you arrive into the UK as an international student. Now, the first thing you have to do is check into your accommodation once you arrive into the UK. Now, this is for the people that already have their accommodation sorted. If you don't have an accommodation or you don't have that sorted before you came into the UK, please do that as soon as possible, because without a roof over your head, life in the UK is going to be freaking hard. So please try to get your accommodation sorted. Now, as an international student, you can always go to your help center to ask for directions or help with your accommodation. I would advise you to always keep in contact with your university even before coming into the UK. So the best thing is for you to talk to your university and see if they can help you sort out your accommodation situation. But if you don't do that and you wait till the last minute, like meaning till you get to the UK, please go to your help center and they might find something to do to help you out. Because I remember in my situation I actually didn't sort out my accommodation before coming into the country. I went to the help center and they showed me the list of available accommodations, and when I decided on the one I wanted, I went for it. So before I did that, it took me like 2 or 3 days to check out all the available accommodations and the one that suits my pocket. So while waiting for my decision, I asked the university what I can do and where I can stay, and they directed me to a travel lodge which was at a discounted rate because I was a student. So they have a deal with the travel lodge and the university, and I think I paid was it £5 per night or £10? Basically something really cheap. So I would always advise you to communicate with your university whilst you are looking for accommodation here in the UK. But because it's 2023 and the recent situation that's happening in the UK is there's really scarce accommodation, meaning it's really difficult for you to find accommodation. So before you come into the UK, please get your accommodation sorted, because it's possible that you might be left stranded in the UK currently because we have accommodation issues right now. There are lots of people in the UK, so there's like an influx of immigrants in the UK, which makes it difficult for people to find housing and accommodation. So please get that sorted before you come into the UK. That's my number one advice for y'all. So the next thing you have to get once you arrive into the UK is your BRP. Now, BRP is short for Biometric Resident Permit. Now, after you arrive, or you have 10 days to get your BRP, so do make sure you get this sorted. Now, during your visa application process, you will be asked where you'd like to get your BRP. Now, the safest place for you to get your BRP is through your university. So just put your university's postal address there and your university will pick it up for you. Now, basically, your BRP is your form of identification here in the UK. So without your BRP, you can't prove that you're in the United Kingdom legally. So please, let's not take this for granted. Always be with your BRP and make sure you get it within the 10 days window that is given to you to get your BRP. So the next thing you have to do once you arrive is complete your online enrollment and get your timetable. Now, this is done through your university. So you go to your university to complete your online enrollment. In my school, we called it the I Center. So when I got in, after sorting out my accommodation, I went to the I Center, and that is where you get everything. You get your student ID card, so you get your picture and you get it right there and then, and you also sort out your online enrollment and your timetable, so you know when next you have classes and whatever activities the university has to offer you. So the university usually offers like a welcome party, which is known as a freshers party in Nigeria. So basically the party you have in 100 level when you first get into uni, that they introduce you into the world, like the university world. This is the same process here in the UK. They'll offer you like a welcome party and tell you about the city you are in. So I'm in Cambridge, and they told me about Cambridge, and how Cambridge is a little bicycle city and you have to be careful with your bike. Don't buy a new bike in Cambridge. If you buy a new bicycle and you lock it outside, it could be gone, because it's a rite of passage in Cambridge. People just steal bicycles like it's nothing. So they would tell you about everything you need to do next, your next process, what to expect, what the university offers you, and everything like that. You'll basically be introduced to the UK world. So please make sure you go to your university for the online enrollment. It's really important for you to know what's going on around you. So the next thing you need to do once you arrive is open a UK bank account. Yes, you need to open a UK bank account. Now, the way you would do this is go through your university, because you're a student here in this country. So you go to your university, you go to their help center, and you tell them what you want to do, that you want to open or you intend on opening a UK bank account. So the university will provide you with a letter with the university's letterhead, and this letter is what you present to whichever bank you decide on banking with. Okay, so whilst you have this letter, you would also need 3 other things. You will need your BRP. Like I said, the BRP is important. So you need to show them your BRP, you need to show them your passport, and you would also need to show them your house address. So like I said, having an accommodation is also important. So you need these 4 things, basically the letter from the university, your BRP, your passport, and your house address before you can open a bank here in the UK. And unlike the country I'm coming from, Nigeria, which before opening a bank account you need to deposit a certain amount of money into your bank. This country is not like that. You don't need to deposit anything. You just need these 4 things and you'll be able to open a bank here in the UK. You also have the option of opening an online bank here in the UK. So if you don't want to go through the hassle for now, like of opening a UK bank account or going into like a banking building, you can just do it on your phone. So I use the Monzo app, which is the Monzo Bank. Also is an online bank, so you can just go to the Monzo app, open an account with them. It's super easy. You just have to take your picture with your phone, put your house address, they send your debit card to you, to your house address and everything. So using the Monzo bank account is also easy to get. So I would advise you to do an online bank and also the physical bank. Now, the next thing you have to do once you arrive into the UK is get a UK number. Now, this makes sense because this is the place you're going to be living in for now. So it just makes sense for you to get a UK number, because when you start applying for jobs or when you want to register with your doctor or even when you want to open a UK bank account, you would need a UK number. So this makes sense for you to get a UK number once you arrive into the UK. Now, there are different mobile network providers available in the UK. The major ones are O2, we have Vodafone, we have EE, and we have 3. I personally use EE and it's a good mobile network, but you can use whichever one you desire or wish to have. The secondary mobile network providers are Smarty, PlusNet, ID Mobile, we have BT Mobile, and we also have GiveGap. So you have different network providers to choose from. You have varieties, so just choose whichever one you think is suitable for you and your lifestyle. Now, the next thing to do once you arrive here in the UK is to register with your GP. So basically that's registering with your doctor. They call it GP over here. So make sure you register with your GP. You've basically already paid for it during your visa application process, so why not just go and register with your GP? And as a student, your university always makes things easy for you. So if you find out, like in my university for instance, we could register with our GP in the university building. So we just had to go to like a room and go there and register with our GP. It was super easy but super essential at the same time, because like they say, health is wealth. You don't know what might happen to you in the next 5 seconds or within your time here in the UK. So it just makes sense for you to register with your GP. Now, the next thing to do once you arrive here in the UK is to get your national insurance number. Now, if you are someone that plans on working here in the UK, I know not everybody's situation is the same. Not everybody wants to work while studying. But if you are that person that wants to work while also studying, please make sure you get your national insurance number, because without it, you cannot legally work here in the UK. And on this channel, we do everything the right way, the legal way. So please make sure you get your national insurance number, okay? Get that sorted. Now, to apply for a national insurance number, you need to apply through the government central system. Now there's a number you would have to ring for you to be able to like talk to them and apply, and they would ask you a few questions. So like why do you want the national insurance number? That's a simple question, because you want to work here. So just tell them why you need the national insurance number. And they also ask you for like personal information, like your name, your address, your contact number, basically the basic personal information that everybody asks you when you want to apply for something. And they'll also ask you for your country of origin and also your visa type and when it expires and all those shenanigans basically. So make sure you have your the answers to your questions ready, so that it just makes the process easy. And I think they give you a reference number after you make the application. So basically do your own research on how to apply for national insurance number, because I don't know if I'm giving you an outdated information, but this is how I did my own, applied for my own national insurance number. I had to call them and I gave them this information that I just gave to you right now. And I think I waited for like 6 to 12 weeks before they sent it to my house address. So just make sure you do your own research to know what the right process is on applying for a national insurance number. So now the next thing I'm going to talk about is transportation. Now when you move to a new place, I feel like you should do your research on how transportation works in the place you're moving to. So now in the UK, for instance, we have different transportations available in different cities, and how the transportation system works differs. So how transportation works here in Cambridge differs from London, for instance. Okay, so but in the UK, the common transportation is usually bus, trains, and what else? Taxis. Yeah, those are the three most common transportation system here in the UK. Now London, for instance, is more diverse because it has taxis, buses, trains available to it, but not just normal trains. It also has like underground trains, it has trams, it has river transport services. So just make sure you do your research, and as a student, make sure your accommodation, you know the distance between your accommodation and the campus. And if you were unfortunate and not able to get like an accommodation close to your campus, just make sure you know how the transport system works, and make sure you figure out how you're going to get to your university. Are you going to take the bus? Are you going to be taking taxis? Are you going to cycle to school? Are you going to walk to school? Is it like a walkable distance? By the way, for my Nigerians, 30 minutes is a walkable distance from your accommodation to your university. Don't worry, you'll get used to it. It was weird. It was a weird concept for me at first. Like, I was living 20 minutes away from my university and it felt like punishment at first, but you get used to it. So walking is like a thing here, so you can walk for 30 minutes if you can. Just make sure you just plan yourself ahead and know the transport system, and also make sure you get familiar with the taxi system, just in case you're running a bit late and you miss the bus. What are you going to take to get to class? Is going to be a cab or a taxi. So make sure you know the fare prices for taxis and cabs to get to your accommodation. To get to both your accommodation and also to get to school. Okay guys, so yeah, that's now. Before I leave transportation, I would like to touch on discounts you can get with rail travel. Now if you know they are going to be exploring the UK and you're an extrovert, just like exploring cities and all, I would advise you to get a discount on train travels. Okay, so now if you are 16 to 25 years old, you can get a 30% discount on rail travels. So it's basically called the rail card. You can go to your train station and talk to them about having a rail card. So if you are 16 to 25 years old, you can get 30% off your train travels. Now if you are above that age, like I was above 25 years old when I came for my studies here in the UK, you have to get a letter from your university stating that you're a full-time student here in the UK. So as long as you're a full-time student, you get the same discount that a 16 to 25-year-old gets. Okay, so make sure you use this very well, because it really saved me a lot. 30% discount is not a joke, so make sure you utilize this and use this. Okay guys, Okay guys, so the last thing I'm going to say is that please attend social events and make new friends. I know you're here to study, but we're also here on this earth to make social connections with other people. So please make sure you don't isolate yourself. Talk to people, make new friends. You might learn a thing or two from the new people you talk to. And yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching my video. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Check my hairstyle out. Kijwana made it for me. Shout out to Kijwana. Thank you, girl, for giving me this look. It's actually almost 3 weeks now, but it's still popping. Yep. Okay, cheers, guys. Bye.